Good morning. Welcome to the second day of questioning of HN53, the former Detective Inspector of the Special Demonstration Squad, and the last of the SDS witnesses at the undercover policing inquiry. There are a lot more witnesses to come, but he's the last one from the SDS. We heard from him on Thursday, voice modulated, audio only. It'll be the same thing again today. He was questioned about his investigation into James Thompson, the undercover police officer who was involved in a whole bunch of criminality, as well as deceiving a number of women into sexual relationships. He showed a remarkable lack of curiosity in that. We're expecting today for more questions about his oversight of officers, but also particularly about Operation Muscat, the search for John Dines by Helen Steele, as well as the True Strives documentary and the fallout from that. I'm joined by Donald Driscoll from the Undercover Research Group. Apologies for the earlier video where the sound didn't work. We're doing it again. What are you expecting to hear today?
I expect to hear honesty, truth, integrity, all the things that British police are known for. Not.
Yes,
it's going to be another day of dissembling, denying of reality in its face of documents saying the opposite, patchy memories. This is the human filing cabinet. And yeah, a lot of files seems to have disappeared.
Yeah, he has a remarkable ability to scrub out from his memory things that made him look bad and remember very clearly things that made him look good. It's incredibly selective. It was quite frustrating on Thursday, just that his like it was kind of put to him repeatedly. Is it really true that you've managed to completely forget such a significant event? I mean, like particularly the fact that Rosa was searching for Jim Boyling, had rung the office multiple times, that he was writing up reports about that, briefing senior officers about it. The unit moved offices because of her search, yet he claimed to have no memory of anything to do that whatsoever.
Yeah, conveniently, and that's to do with the relationship. And like, I think we will see a lot to go, say, with Muscat, which is not so much Helen Steele's investigation was their response to Helen Steele getting a bit too close to John Dines, to the point of almost exposing him, that he will have similar memories. Oh, I'll do all this work, but I don't quite remember. The other big topic that he was working on at the time was the Officer AB litigation, which is Peter Francis and another officer took the Metropolitan Police to court on mental health, talking about the mental health damage they had suffered as undercovers. We now know the Metropolitan Police were desperate to suppress that.
Yes, yeah. Along with Peter Francis, it was HN53, whose wife, partner anyway, letter to David Vaness, who will be giving evidence later this week, about the SDS Christmas parties and the chaotic nature of them, and the fact that officers were openly bragging about sexual activity undercover at them within earshot of the public. Suggests that there was a lot going on within the unit that's really failed to be revealed simply by the fact that so many of the officers claim not to remember this inquiry. It's been a common tactic throughout.
The power of the police's own omerta is strong. The force is with them on this, and it's remarkably how close ranked they are. But the reality is they actually did write a lot of stuff down in documents. They're asking us to be black as white and white as black. They're struggling with the fact that they left their own documentation because they never expected to be uncovered for this. These social events where they're talking openly is just symptomatic of their arrogance, and they will swear blind. They will tell you, that this is one of the most secretive elite units in the police. It's quite clear there was no such thing.
No, not at all. All right, well, please join us. The broadcast should start at 10:15. It will be voice modulated again. It will be audio only. There has been some videos made using animation showing HN53 as a human filing cabinet. He does sound like Count Binface, but I assure you he is not as credible. Please do join us. We'll do some videos in the breaks and at lunchtime as usual, reacting to everything that's said. So if you can't bear to listen live, please do tune in then. Anything else to add?
Yeah, just one last thing is I know it's hard to listen to, but you get really annoyed when he's denying the obvious. But quite often when they're doing that, when they're being so obstinate about one point, they're letting other points through. They don't realize what's saying. So it's always worth listening.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, thanks for everybody who's liked and shared these videos.